boys and girls, children of all ages. Welcome to Robert Sports Show. I'm your host, Robert. This week in the WWE, some rough matches this week. Last week's matches were great. This week, it was rough getting my 10 list for this. We're going to run down the matches from each show this week. First off, we had Braun Strowman versus Seth Rollins at Monday Night Raw on January 9th, and then a double countout. Afterwards, Strowman just took out Seth Rollins, basically. Why we're wanting to build up Braun Strowman so bad when he can't wrestle, I don't know. Next, we have Jack Gallagher versus Drew Gulak. Gallagher getting the pinfall victory over Gulak. Next, we had Big Cass versus Jinder Mahal. We had HBK out there on the outside of the ring with Big Cass and Enzo Amore. Kind of random, I thought. And then Rusev was out there with Jinder Mahal. And we had HBK end up super kicking Rusev because he was trying to get involved. And then that distracted Jinder Mahal and Big Cass getting the pinfall victory. Next, one of the great matches of the night, we had Neville versus Lindsay Dorada. Neville winning by submission. Next, we had Luke Gallows versus Sheamus with Cesaro and Carl Anderson both on commentary, which was quite comical. And then Sheamus getting the victory there. Next, we had a women's tag match. We had Bayley and Sasha teaming up versus Charlotte and Nia Jax. Nia Jax getting the pinfall victory over Bayley, which kind of, to me, leads to something with them, which they've done in NXT. They've done, a lot of this in NXT, but I don't mind seeing it again, but it's just intriguing to see where they go with it. Next, we had Titus O'Neil versus Kofi Kingston. Titus still trying to join the New Day, and Kofi getting a pinfall victory over him. And then the match that was supposed to happen first, but due to outside interference with Braun Strowman attacking Roman Reigns, we have it now. We have the U.S. title on the line in a 2-on-1 handicap match. We have champion Roman Reigns versus Chris Jericho and Kevin Owens. And with the 2-on-1 handicap match, and then I think Owens ended up getting locked in the shark cage thing, and Chris Jericho, for the first time ever, your new WWE United States Champion. That just means Roman Reigns wins the Universal title at Royal Rumble is all that means. Too damn predictable, I think. Alright, go to SmackDown Live. We start out with Kalisto versus, actually started off with Natalya versus Nikki Bella. They just started fighting all over the ring and never got actual match started. So then we start, the first match was Kalisto versus Dolph Ziggler. Kalisto getting the pinfall victory. And then we had SmackDown tag titles on the line. We had champions American Alpha versus the Wyatt family, Bray Wyatt and Randy Orton. We have Gable getting the pin on Randy Orton to retain the SmackDown tag titles. Next, we had Carmella versus CJ Lunde, whoever she is, don't know, random. Carmella getting the victory. Then we had John Cena versus Baron Corbin for the first time ever, and John Cena getting the pinfall victory. Then we go to move on to 205 Live. I was looking at the roster. There's 10 more guys on the current roster that you could put in the Cruiserweight division. And of those 10 guys you could add to it, you'd have what? Roughly 26, 30 people in the Cruiserweight division? If you want to be like New Japan, obviously you had the Cruiserweight Classic. Kind of like the Super Juniors tournament that New Japan hosts every year. You have the Cruiserweight title, which is the Junior Heavyweight title like New Japan has. Create a Cruiserweight tag division like the IWGP Junior tag titles. You got plenty of guys to do it. Gives you another title. It gives some of these Cruiserweights, 205 Live guys, kind of another avenue to be out on the TV in a title match. So just an idea. There's plenty of guys around the world you could sign and put in that division. holy cow, you would have tag team, you get DIY, they're both cruiserweights. So, and you get a few guys that are borderline weight-wise, like a Kofi and people like that. He loses 5 pounds, he's under 205. He's like 214, I think, listed online I seen last night. So then you could have legit the New Day as the Monday Night Raw tag titles, Xavier Woods and Kofi as the cruiserweight tag titles. So, just saying, so it's an option WWE has out there. I wish they would do it. I think it would be very entertaining. So on 205 Live, we had the saga continue between Cedric Alexander and Noam Dar and Alicia Fox. I don't quite understand where they're going with this and why they've climaxed it so quick. You had Noam Dar kiss Alicia Fox, or Alicia Fox kiss him. And then you had, during the match, you had Alicia Fox pull Noam Dar out of the way from top rope move by Cedric Alexander. And at the end, you had Cedric, after Noam Dar getting a pinfall victory, they show backstage Cedric breaking up with Alicia Fox. So you put in Alicia Fox with Noam Dar now? I don't know. But Noam Dar getting a pinfall victory. Next, one of my favorite matches of the night, one of my new favorite wrestlers. We had not the Brian Kendrick, so it was the Brian Kendrick versus my favorite wrestler. The Brian Kendrick versus the Samoan Dragon, Sean Maluta. That's why I believe it was Corey Graves called him that, the Samoan Dragon. I love it. Sean Maluta, the Samoan Dragon versus Brian Kendrick. Unfortunately, Sean Maluta keeps running into veteran talent of the Cruiserweight division. First round match of the Cruiserweight tournament, you're running into Kota Ibushi. Here he runs into the Brian Kendrick. Sean Maluta is part of the Roman Reigns, Rock, Samoan family. The Brian Kendrick getting the submission victory over the Samoan Dragon, Sean Maluta. Next we have Rich Swann versus Tony Nese. Really like Tony Nese. Rich Swann, the Cruiserweight champion, getting a pinfall victory there. Then we move on to NXT. We had just this reigning this beginning of NXT this week. We had Sarah Bridges and Macy Evans versus Peyton Royce and Billie Kay. Peyton Royce pinning Sarah Bridges. Elias Sampson versus Jonathan Cruz. Elias Sampson getting the victory. Andre Cien Almas versus Oni Lorcan, which was actually a really good match. And these are, Oni Lorcan is weight-wise, is a cruiserweight, 205. Andre Cien Almas getting the pinfall victory there. I want to see him versus Bobby Roode for the title. That'd be excellent at San Antonio, or at TakeOver Orlando. And then the main event of the NXT show was match of the week. We had DIY defending their tag titles versus the Revival in just a typical DIY Revival match. 4-star. Unbelievable. One of the greatest matches of the year so far, I think, in WWE. DIY retaining their tag titles. So the week 19 matches this week in WWE, and the top 10 matches are as follows. Number 10, from NXT, Andre Cien Almas versus Oni Lorcan. Number 9, from Monday Night Raw, Bayley teaming up with Sasha Banks versus Charlotte and Nia Jax. Number 8, from Monday Night Raw, the U.S. title, 2-on-1 handicap match. Former champion Roman Reigns versus new champion Chris Jericho for the first time ever. Chris Jericho's held the U.S. title. And Kevin Owens. And then number 7 came from SmackDown Live, Kalisto versus Dolph Ziggler. Number 6 came from 205 Live, Rich Swann versus Tony Nese. Number 5 came from 205 Live, the Brian Kendrick versus the Samoan Dragon, Sean Maluta. Number 4 came from SmackDown Live, the tag titles, American Alpha, retaining their titles versus Bray Wyatt and Randy Orton. And number 3 came from 205 Live, Cedric Alexander versus Noam Dar. Number 2 came from Monday Night Raw, Neville versus Lindsay Dorado. Neville winning by submission. And the best match of the week for WWE was the NXT Tag Titles champions DIY defending their titles versus the Revival. So that will wrap up the week ending of January 13th for NXT for WWE this week in WWE. Make sure you stay tuned to Robert Sports Show to the road to the Royal Rumble. A lot of interesting news and notes and facts about Rumble matches and most Rumble matches and longest time spent in a Rumble. And one stat that WWE keeps pumping out there about the two people that have won from number one, Chris Benoit and Shawn Michaels. One of those guys did not spend that long in a Rumble to win. It was a very short Rumble. We'll get into that as you see the Roberts 10 Road to the Royal Rumble. As always, thanks for watching Robert Sports Show. Don't just have a great day. Have a spiffy day. Robert Sports Show, your YouTube leader in sports channel content.